Hi, thanks for watching AquariumTech today. Today, I happen to have another video that is long overdue. So, if you can't tell by what I got here, I am finally doing the review on the AA green killing machine, or whatever it's called. It's the one I have is a 24 watt one. I didn't have the 9 watt one, I think is what the smaller one is. I think it's 22 or 24 or something like that. So, anyways, I did release an unboxing video on this, and as you can tell, I didn't like the thing off the bat. I just happened to get it super cheap. So anyways, we'll go ahead and do the review on it. So I've probably had it for at least a good year now. Probably longer, maybe even 2 years. I don't even know off the top of my head. But first off, I'll say a lot of you probably are not going to like this video because there's a problem I have with stuff on the internet, and I definitely encountered this with under-gravel filters and such, is that everybody, for some reason, it seems like people don't really do research before they buy things. It's like after they buy things, they look at the reviews to see, to basically get, I guess encouragement to say, oh yeah, you made the right buying decision, when you should research it before you buy it. So, anyways, a lot of people aren't going to like this. But you probably didn't like the unboxing then either, because I have noticed online, a lot of people seem to know, or at least know of, what this UV sterilizer seems to be one of the more popular ones, at least acknowledged. Part of it is because they sell it in pet stores and stuff, so. So anyways, first off, I will say that it does work, but now, remember, I need to do a video on this, and I probably will very, very soon here, if I can get this up, about UV sterilization. This isn't a UV sterilizer, it's a UV clarifier, and that's just to clarify things. Anyways, most of the UV sterilizers you will find on the market are actually just UV clarifiers. There are multiple levels of UV sterilization. Like, for instance, clarification is basically just clearing up the water. UV sterilization level 1 would basically just be like bacteria, stuff like that. And then level 2 is, stuff like ick, being able to kill ick in the water or other other parasites in the water with UV sterilization. And first off, I'll tell you right now, including the JBJ one that I had, any that are built in like this, any that have this power head design, are not even level 1 UV sterilization. Not even level 1, okay? On top of that, most of even the ones that you have to route outside the tank, the majority of them probably barely reach level 1 with the right pump on it. So I'll get into how UV sterilizers work in a later, I'll do more in depth on how this works. But anyway, so I will say it works as a clarifier, and it does, and that's really mostly what it's advertised as. That's why they call it the green killing machine. And in that sense, it does work. But now let's start running into the problems here. First off, I was lucky if I had a bulb last 3 months. For those of you that don't know, UV sterilizer bulbs are supposed to last a good year. I'm pretty sure even the company says that, at least 9 months. And most of mine only lasted a month, if that. And in fact, I even got a second ballast just to see if the ballast was messed up. See, 2 ballast. So, because I thought there was a ballast messed up, and I don't have all the bulbs that I had. I actually, had fun with them. Let's just put it that way. And in fact, the one that's in here right now doesn't work. I mean, I've gone through so many of them, and actually, there's one more good thing I'll say about it, is that the customer service is great. This is something I did not expect. I did not expect that. I was pleasantly surprised. The customer service is very good. I will say that. But my bulbs just keep breaking down, and I've talked to other people with them, even with the 9 watt, they pretty much had about the same story to tell me. And also something I didn't like, I mean, you could have seen this in the unboxing video. Luckily, I've been using this for an outside sump, but as I said in the unboxing, this gets really annoying. Look at all these wires. You've got your power supply. This thing's a beef. I mean, this thing's heavy. Then you got your ballast, and then you've got 2 cords coming out of here. Whereas, as you saw with the JBJ Submariner, there was only 1 cord that came out. Now, don't buy that UV sterilizer. I'm not saying to buy that one. And I have another update on top of the review for that one. But I'm just telling you that it can be done. There's other UV sterilizers that have it. I don't know. It just shows what I was saying in the unboxing, is that it's cheap made. These are very cheap parts. It's not very well put together. The materials are not great. It's not put together great. You know, but you know, at least, you know, if I can't ever get a UV bulb again, you know, at least I have a little power head here. But of course, I still have to hook up all this spaghetti wires. I mean, it just makes a mess. But you know, the parts on it just aren't very well made. I just haven't had the best experience with it. On top of the fact that, okay, I'll have to say, I'll give it, like, the first 5 or 6 months I had it, the brackets worked okay. But now, for the past, you know, since after that, they won't hold the damn thing on a wall for 5 minutes. I mean, it is crazy. These things are complete pieces of crap. The brackets are, it's so bad. It's really bad. I'm basically just using it and just to circulate a little bit of water. It's pretty bad. So I don't know what else to tell you. I'd tell you not to buy it because it's still a little expensive. I'm not sure what the retail price is on it, but even the price I paid for it, which I think was like $30 or $40, I still wouldn't buy it again. I'll tell you that right now. The problem is, like I said, it does do what it says, but there's just a lot of hassle to it. There's just not a whole lot I can really say about it. I did cover a lot of this in the unboxing, so most of my predictions came true. Other than, like I was saying, the customer service is actually very good. So that's how I got this ballast, and that's how I got the majority of my other bulbs. I bought 1 bulb, but after that was it. And the other thing is, when you replace the bulbs on this thing, you're replacing this whole thing right here. You're not just getting a bulb, you're getting a whole containment thing, which I'm sure drives up the cost of the bulb, because if I remember, the bulbs are pretty hefty. I think the retail price on the 22 watt one is at least $20. I don't remember exactly, but you know, that's more than half of pretty much what I paid for the unit originally. But of course I didn't pay retail, but it still kind of defeats the purpose, because I could get a better UV sterilizer bulb for cheaper for a different unit. So, like, the running costs aren't very good, except for contacting the customer service, because, like I said, it's very good. They'll help you out. And even then, you know, it does clarify, but I can't say it's like the best clarify I've ever seen. So, I'll definitely have to give it a thumbs down. I mean, for 22 watts of UV power, and that's quite a bit of UV power. I mean, like, you know, a 9 watt system, you could get at least a 50 gallon tank with. The most 9 watt systems are rated for 100 gallon tanks. But even then, I don't. They overrate them just like they overrate filters. And I'm mostly referring to the Core Life Turbo Twist, because they're not bad systems, and a lot of people have them. So, but 22 watts of power, and it's rated for 100 gallons, but it's still, you know, it's just the design of it is bad, and you can even tell when you do research on it online, because 22 watts of power, I mean, holy crap, or 24 or whatever it is, that's a lot of power. They can do a lot more with it, but at the same time, I think they do understand, even when the company itself realizes it's a cheap unit, there's not good water flow design, which is what UV sterilizers are really all about. So, I don't know what else to tell you, but that I just figured I'd go ahead and release the review on it and just tell you basically my experience with it. So, I'd give it a thumbs down to buy. There's other, you know, things that you can try out and buy. And on top of that, for those of you wondering, this is a power compact bulb in here running, or fluorescent compact, whichever one, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's power compact actually, running the UV sterilizer. I don't know if a lot of you are aware, but they've been switching to T5s for UV sterilization, just like they have been for lighting, because T5s are bright, they're more efficient. So, but no, this is a power compact. I'm sorry to upset some of you. I'm sure some of you are upset because your mommy bought you this and you think it's the best thing ever. But I'm telling you now, it's not. I mean, honestly, something else I want to add here is the indicator light. Okay, this is the only thing that tells you if the bulb is working or not. And after I got my new ballast, it said my bulb was still working, but I got in here and looked, and it's not on. The only way to see if your bulb is on is plug everything in, and you got to take out the sponge, and you got to cock this thing at a weird angle and try to look for the light. Because the indicator light is not always right. It's on the outside, whereas with most UV sterilizers, it's directly in the light, which you shouldn't look at, by the way, because it is bad for your eyes, but they usually have it indirectly way where you can look at the light. Just to make sure that it's on, and this is a liar. So, but that's the only time I'd ever seen it wrong, because it was always out most of the time, anyways. So, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to see this on, or I'm off with the actual bulb on. So, but anyways, as I was saying, if you have questions, feel free to send me a PM. PM is the way to go to contact. Thanks for tuning in.